So this needs to be up to put on your trailer. Once you get it on there, put it down. The pin goes through and then locks on the other side. Emergency brake cable, electrical, and the two chains there. This is interesting. I don't know if you had a locking trailer, but when you take it off the trailer, this needs to be up. And then once the boat's off the trailer, put it down, and you can pull the boat right on the trailer with this down. But it needs to be up to get off the trailer. You probably have that. The tower it goes down. You just have to, there's a handle like this on both sides. You just have to disengage those. And then pull up the tower and put them back in. Ooh, ooh. Wow. Got dirty even here tonight from that crazy storm we had. There's a tube, some ropes in there under that seat. Plenty of life jackets. This is the seat with the power switch. Wanted to so oops, there's the power switch. It's in the off position, and you just turn it to the on position. So you turn it a little bit to the, I guess, clockwise. So I probably should show you how to work the computer. And then here. Oh, and I don't have a cooler right now. So under this boat, or under the seat, that's where the cooler normally goes, but I don't have a cooler. So, let me turn on the power switch. Ooh, we got our nav lights on. Key. Turn that on. There's the screen. An oil change. So let's say you want to surf. Profile button. Boop. Up and down arrow, surf left, surf right. So let's say I want to do that and I just push activate. Starts the pumps going. Let's see here. So every time you turn the boat off, so here's the trim. So if you're surfing left, push left, and it'll activate the trim on the right. Same thing, if you're surfing right, push right. Every time you turn the boat off, the trim tab comes up. So before you go, you want to make sure that the trim tab is down the way you're surfing. Should be fine. Everything is up. Cruise control automatically goes on when you pick your profile. Obviously, yeah, surf left, surf right. If anyone wants to wakeboard, I actually pull at about 21.5 miles per hour. Skiing, this is definitely not enough. That's for little kids skiing. And then when I'm done, I activate the go home button, and that empties all the ballast tanks. Also, this is the start button push system. So that should be it. This gauges button here is for your gauges. Stereo on this side, just push and hold the power on button, it'll come on, and it'll cycle through. I have XM radio, so you can choose your station by XM radio. And depth gauge is saying 13 feet. That's pretty good for the garage. Still says waiting for stereo. I can push audio here. Stereo off. Usually comes on a little bit. There we go. Also on here, let me show you this. It says no signal, but let's say I want to do volume control. If you push the button, if you push it in, you can do the subwoofer or the tower by itself, the cockpit or the bow, or all of them. So you can select what you want to increase in volume. If we're surfing, I'll probably put the tower 1 or 2 notches higher. But if you start like this, well, I guess it's as you go faster. As you go faster, it'll go louder and louder. So the radio does get louder if you go faster. So if you're just cruising, the radio can get really loud because it goes louder the faster you go. So that's just for you to know. If you do idle for a long time, it does have a tendency to overheat, and you'll get a beeping sound. Don't turn the engine off. Just try to get moving a little faster. I'm sorry that we washed the windshield. I don't know who did this. They washed it with the ducky, so it's kind of gross. You might want to just get a wet rag and a dry rag and rinse that off. RPMs, miles per hour, fuel, and engine temperature and oil pressure. So that should be about it. I don't know what the video button does because I don't have any video. Turn the radio off. Stereo off. The GPS doesn't work. And profile is the main thing I use. Profile and cruise control. Those are the two. When you're there at when you're doing the cleaning it out and they ask you to fill the ballast tanks, you just push this button and it'll fill. And empty. Okay. No, there are no underwater lights. 2 chargers here. So there's your plugs. Need that stuff. Set up, okay. That's about it. So let me know if you have any questions. Bye.